Next is Roberto Mendoza Ayala, Art's friend. They worked on the book together, De New York on Nueva York, and I'm very honored to have him be here for tonight. He lives in New York City now, but he makes frequent trips back to Mexico. He's a native of Mexico. Roberto Mendoza Ayala, a native of Mexico, obtained the FONCA grant for creative writing in 1994. He's published 3 books of poetry: Las Otras Estaciones, 1994, Negra Luz, 2004, and Ultrasonidos, 2012. He has also published 1 book of short stories, Cerquita de Dios, 2006. He regularly attends poetry workshops, which I attend, as well as art, in New York City, including the Poetry Table, Riverside Library, and Jefferson Market Library poet groups. In 2015, he coordinated and translated, with the valuable help of Rosalind Resnick, Art Gotti, Evie Ivy, Gordon Gilbert, and Stephen Bluestone, the bilingual anthology From New York to New York. Let's hear it for Roberto Mendoza Ayala, come all the way from Mexico and New York City, and I'm very honored that he's reading for us here tonight. Roberto, let's hear it.
Good evening. Thank you, Bernie, Diane, for inviting me to this reading. I am an adopted New Yorker. I've been living here the last 4 years, coming and going from Mexico City. These poems that I'm going to read, some were written in English, some were written in Spanish and translated. So the first poem, this is a poem written from my perspective of safety, since I have the privilege to live in a place like this city, New York City. But the world is a wide place. The name of this poem is Civilization's Disturbed Dream. This corner where I write, with its temperature and its silence, the living flame of the heart burning. The day unfolds like a cloud impregnated with clean fragrances, imprinted with smiling snapshots. This side of the world is covered with a cloak which dampens noises with its blue fabric. A buzzing bee's atmosphere. People and coins arriving to Manhattan, looked often enviously from other places. This corner where you write, with its uninterrupted electricity and its wisdom of dendrites, let us see from the cloud some places besieged by ignorance, like a bad dream of snakes and ladders, and compassion-loaded dice against the weak, those regular customers of hell. Places where everything is a hunt without kindness, where everything is violently reproduced, where everything is reduced by fire, where everything is amplified by fear, where priests tie up and kill cults and break the clay wings of imagination, where opium is the religion of the people and vigil is a loaded gun, where people germinate and die in a wasteland around any well, like animals devouring themselves, reviving increasingly tougher. Without finesse, they simply want what you have. There's no place for courtesies. They want today, their place under your clean linen, too neat for their taste. They want that corner where you write, with its temperature and its silence. Okay, we all have had in our lives bad experiences concerning health, doctors, medicine. At some point we feel frustrated, helpless. We put our lives on the hands of people we don't know. But some vast doctors, fortunately very few, are very well known. This is Merchant Doctor's fake song. I wish it were you who today, desperate, walked through this door. As a placebo, my hanging title will heal you 500 times, and as many others, you'll pay for it. Put this pill in your mouth and do not ask, swallow. I wish you'll recognize in my scroll the hidden recipe to ease your hypochondria. We both will die without disease. That's what you and I have in common. But note, every day your chances of being alive decrease. Put this pill in your mouth and do not ask, swallow. I'm not a god, but I'll be by your side to ward off evil spirits and take everything from you with urgency, motor or cooking oil. I will put in your breasts and buttocks. Immediately you'll see the difference. Put this pill in your mouth and do not ask, swallow. Have you done your will? Just in case, I say. Those who had surgery with me now live so smoothly, or without appendix or lifeless. Who cares for a belly button? Put this pill in your mouth and do not ask, swallow. Please go to my secretary. She'll schedule the operating room for you. Fill out the questionnaire. No rush. Next patient, please. See you. No breakfast tomorrow morning at 7. I almost forgot. MasterCard or Visa? Put this pill in your mouth and do not ask, swallow. May the bottom of your guts be known to me. May you find in the X-ray that green shadow. And where I squeeze, it hurts you. There are colleagues who want to kill you, but I have sworn what I'm going to tell you. I'll keep you alive as long as I can. Put this pill in your mouth and do not ask. Swallow. Suddenly, I was 50 years old. Now I'm 57. I was alive, and all in my family, everybody it was okay, nothing to complain, but that's not usual. That doesn't happen to all the people all the time. This is worth considerations. The guilt that I feel before such catastrophe that doesn't touch me, due to the invisible shield that even today gleams unscathed with no dents, occasionally beaten by distant deaths or sudden boreal diseases. That protection is granted, even not being implored or wanted by me, and without delving into karmic mazes, it is certainly undeserved, because nothing great I believe I have done on behalf of the clan. Then I will be other, not me. A feeling of anguish and wonder for being invulnerable to damage that preys in territories that are alien to me, and even around the same step. My truths are not those of hunger nor the swamp, neither the hunters with their bullets and knives. I take breakfast as a sybarite. A captive bitch fires my instincts every night. Now it's been more than 50 years that I've roamed into the woods, and an oak tree hasn't fallen on my head. Still. This bone stuck in my throat clutters me to celebrate at full howl, so just one I could be said happy today. It's not the case to complain about my good fortune. Anyway, that wouldn't change anything. But I grumble, and I want to state my rage for so many innocent beaten in the very inscrutable ways of the Lord. They are those, inopportune and pathetic, with with their disfigured faces, who don't let me devour it all, as God commands. We live in a place where a plane is a pretty thing, flying in the skies. When we look to a plane, we think of traveling to other countries. In some countries, the sudden sighting of a mysterious plane is a possibility of undeserved terror. Kandahar's beast. Huge brother, as far as we can see, why do you have such big ears? Before you swallow us, please, Lord, deliver us from our enemies. We don't want to upset you, but in those toothless lists of yours, a marker hides the names of the indictees. Yet we feel safe when you drop your fury upon the chosen ones, lightening every now and then our small and brief lives with your pyrotechnics of entrails. The Kandahar nights follow the rhythm of the nocturnal fluttering of uninvited mortal gods, killjoys of weddings and funeral music. The web is woven over the planet. The wise know it, but desperate, they do not find the tip of the yarn. The nodes are connected, geography shrinks, and we are cornered upon this sad brick that breaks the glass of a night without gems.
Yeah.
There.
One more.
Yes. It seems a good business selling weapons to start wars that otherwise wouldn't start. It seems they sell the complete stock to drug cartels in Mexico or many organizations in the world with marquee objectives. Weapons factory. From the deep sewage of cemeteries, from a cave where poetry is buried, batches of weapons emerge in recycled leaden coffins. There are shadows that never go, while dictators spill blood over their gardens of hyenas and gestate wars in luxurious bellies. The god of our age doesn't blush at crime scenes, mourns undated. His court of flies draws crosses on faces. Birds pause on thorny steel branches among new corpses and sing their song of winged victory. Some are still alive by mistake. Missing is the shot of yawn, coup de grace of indifference, or the weary slap of power. Thank you.